Is it possible to be happy in the middle of this pandemic, or do you have to wait till everything is over in order to be happy? Today, I am here to tell you that accepting the reality is the key to be happy. What do I mean by that? That it doesn't matter how much you miss your past or you long for a brighter future. Your reality, my reality, is that we are facing the global crisis of 2020 in health, in economics, in everything. Whether we like it or not, whether we love it or not, whether we want it or not, this is the reality, and we can't change reality. What we can do is accept it and try to work it out so we can be happier. But we all know, and I know it's not good to use we all know because it's not good to generalize, but we all know that history is the best professor because it always repeats itself. So I am here to tell you that Mr. History will come to this video and teach us a very, very nice lesson. Hey, history, come here. Oh, we only have history here. History, come here. Okay. Look at this. You see this book? The Common Sense Book of Baby and Child Care, Benjamin Spock. Okay, Armando. What do you want me to do with this? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. There were also times where things weren't easy, where people were suffering a lot. It wasn't exactly the Second World War, but it was after the Second World War. What was happening there? One of the main problems was that parents weren't as effective and lovely with their children because they were afraid to lose them and then suffer more. Why? Because they were like in concentration camps, in the war, and they lost relatives. They lost people they really loved, and they didn't want to, getting like in love with their children, like create a bond, a real relationship, if then they could, just lose them. They will suffer more. They don't want to suffer. They want to avoid the suffering. But Benjamin Spock saw this problem, and he could have said, you know what? Like, these parents are now, because obviously they came from a crazy and very, very hard time in the Second World War. But very soon things will change. What doesn't mean that things will change? That, it's parents, children, it's very natural. They will start hugging each other again. They will be affective again, like it's nature. But Benjamin didn't think like that. Why? He thought, you know what? I don't know when things will change. I don't know, I have no idea. I'm not a prophet, so I can't tell you. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Benjamin says. And Benjamin also says, like, look, I'm seeing now a problem. What's the problem? Parents aren't being affected with their children. What can I do? I'm gonna write a book. It has like many things, many advice, but one of them, and the main one, it's gonna be like parents have to be more lovely, have to hug them more, to kiss them more, have to, like with the child, like there used to be before the war. So he took the time. He wrote, he investigated, he wrote, and then not only that, it's a book, you have to publish it, and then you have to try to sell it. It's not easy. And he took all this time risking that things will soon change. And if things would have soon changed, his project would have been a total failure. But Benjamin took the risk. Benjamin accepted the reality because it is key to be happy. Benjamin accepted, look, this is what we're living right now, what I'm gonna do right now. And fortunately, Benjamin's book was a little bit successful. What do I mean by that? From the time he published the book until the time the author died, he sold 50 million copies. Can you imagine that? 50 million copies. It's a lot, and he was successful, and he wrote more books and more additions to it. He was successful because he took the risk. He accepted the reality in order to be happy. He did what he has in his own hands, in his time. In 1946, what he can do wasn't thinking, oh, things will be good in 1 year, in 1 month, in 2 years. He took the reality and made it better himself. So now, I know it's a very, very challenging times. And I also know that you have probably suffered a lot in this 2020 in many different aspects. But I want you to do the following exercise in order to accept the reality as the key to be happy. First of all, I want you to think, and if you want, you can comment, what things have you accepted of this new reality that have made you happier? And the most important question is, what things have you not yet accepted from this reality that keeps making you unhappy? And these things are the ones that you have to analyze and see how can you accept them and move on. Little tip, imagine for a second, I'm not saying this is true, I'm not saying this is what's gonna happen. Imagine we are in 2050, and we still have the problem of the coronavirus, of the economic crisis, everything the same, but 30 years more. Are you still gonna complain? Are you living your life now as you wanted to live for the rest of your life? And what do I mean by that? If this problem had 30 years, you wouldn't be living life how you're living it today. If you're living it, congratulations, but you will make some changes. You will say, oh, you know what, like I can see that person who I'm not very close with, but sometimes I want to see it, but you know, because of the pandemic, I'm just seeing my close friends. Go and see that person. You never know when it's the last time you will see that person, and you never know how long this is gonna last. We never know. We hope very soon, but the only news we have is the Russian vaccine that we all know we aren't willing to take it. I don't know if it's working. There's a little bit of fun in this video, but let's face it, this is the reality. And we have to put ourselves as if this will be the reality for the rest of our lives, so we can start taking action right now. Let me know in the comments if this exercise was of help for you. Thank you very much.